Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Double honors to the high priest elders that were before them. Peace and salutations to sincere brothers out there pushing this word with all sincerity and in truth. It's a brother Tazamak from the Great Millstone Austin branch. And today's lesson, I wanted to go into the book of Matthew real quick, chapter 12 and verse 25, and I'm gonna get an article, let's get Matthew 12 and 25 real quick, and then we're gonna jump into this article. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So what we're seeing right now in the current news, all right, regarding what's going on with the President Trump, is that he's mobilizing troops throughout the whole United States of America, which is Babylon the Great, according to the scriptures. Okay? And let's get a little bit on it, because his next move is he wants to mobilize troops in Chicago, all right? But the governor, okay, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker accused President Trump of abusing his power in the wake of a reported plan to send National Guard troops to Chicago, and a move that would follow similar action in Los Angeles and Washington, D.C. Okay? So going back to, let me get another precept. Mark chapter 3 and verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Salaki, I think I confused the precepts. We're going to read verse 24 again. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, the kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. You see, so this is all prophecy. Okay, the times we are in is prophecy, because 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and let's start in verse 1, and then we're going to jump down to verse 16. Verse 1, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and the Lord's chosen people, because it says my people. Okay, the Lord's people are the nation of Israel, the Israelites, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today. You are the biblical Hebrew Israelite descendants. Okay, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So these prophecies throughout the whole scriptures are faithful and true. Let's jump down to verse 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. Let's get this word sedition. Let's see what it says. It says conduct of speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. So this sedition is going into a rebellion. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. You see, and that's exactly what we're witnessing right now. Okay? Did not the Illinois governor say that Trump is abusing his power? Are they not in agreement? Okay, we read Mark chapter 3 and verse 25 and 24, that this kingdom be divided, it cannot stand. So Babylon the Great, which is United States of America, is fallen. Okay, that's why when we go out, okay, and highways and hedges, we tell you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to come out, to depart, because the scriptures say this is not our rest. This kingdom don't belong to us, and this kingdom is being divided. It's going to fall. This is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. You see, so this kingdom that we're in, which is Babylon the Great, United States of America, it is being divided right now. Okay, mostly all states are in disagreement. Okay, you got the so-called Republicans and the Democrats that are not in agreement. All right, but once again, this is the stage. This is the times of America, man. This is prophetic times. Okay, let's jump back a verse in 2nd Ezra 15. Okay, because it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You see, we're coming to a point where there's going to be a civil war. Okay, but you know, like I said, this is all prophecy in 2nd Ezra 15. All right, it says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, which is a modern day guns. Okay, there's going to be a civil war, a race war. We read verse 16, but let's read it again. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And this is going into the people also, the civilians, because the civilians are seeing that the president has power to overtake and overcome their governor, their mayor, and they're not in agreement with that. They're going to rebel against that, because they're going to say, you know, what's the whole point of having a mayor and a governor if he's just going to, if our president is just going to come in and overtake their authority? Okay, so these people are going to take actions into their own hands, not regarding what anybody has to say. And we're starting to see that. 2nd Ezra 15 and 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Okay, so once this kingdom, as we see right now, is being divided, they're going to become, and they're going to, they're going to declare certain laws and legislations that are going to prohibit people to come into a city, which is called martial law. Okay, that's going to be implemented also. There's going to be a whole lockdown. All right, they want complete control of society. 2nd Ezra 15 and 18, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You see, so we're coming to the time of Jacob's trouble. This is all is going to lead to Jacob's troubles. You're going to witness civil war, race wars, okay, home invasions, people breaking in for the lack of bread, because there's going to be a famine also, and for great tribulation. Okay, verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulations. You see? Okay, but this is all going to happen because this kingdom, as we read earlier in Mark, this kingdom is being divided against itself. And the scriptures say that kingdom cannot stand. All right, Satan is rising himself against himself, man. Edomite against Edomite. Okay, which the Edomites are the self-proclaimed white people today. They are the wicked being revealed by the prophets of the Lord. Okay, but point being, America is being divided right now. Babylon the Great is being divided. and it cannot stand. All right, as we've seen, multiple governors, multiple states are coming against the president, man. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I just wanted to go into this kingdom, all right, being divided against itself, man, and why the scriptures tell us to depart, because this kingdom is polluted, this system is polluted, and it shall destroy us, even with a sword destruction. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone, double honors to the high priest elders that were before them. Peace and salutations to you sincere brothers out there pushing this word with all sincerity and in truth. Until the next one, Shalom.